CJ Flyer back with the Fire, another YouTube video. A not so great day for Dallas Mavericks fans, enduring yet another heartbreaking loss towards the end of the game. This is now back-to-back games in which the Mavs lose within one score. Not a good look, especially when you're trying to contend in the Western Conference. You look at the standings right now for the West, and I mean, come on now. You got 3 teams, 8 wins and 2 losses. Meanwhile, you look at the Eastern Conference, and but beyond the first 2 teams here, no one's got a winning record. The 13 of the 15 teams in the East do not have a winning record right now. Has that ever happened before? Like, I know we always talk about the West being stronger than the East, yada, 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 but usually, like, you know, you'll see, like, the top 6 have a winning record, but the top 2, and that's it? I mean, this is embarrassing. This is absolutely embarrassing for the Eastern Conference. Good luck to any team here trying to capture the flag, get Cooper Flag in the draft, because you might not even make it to the lottery in the draft this year. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not a good look if you're an Eastern Conference team. But going back to the Mavs, the West, whew, man, that's not good. Look, I know we see this 11th place in the West. Not a good look, but do keep in mind that with that record, you're 4th in the East. So let's all calm down a little bit here. The season just started. We're only 1/8 of the way through, 10 games into an 82-game season. And most of these games, we have some key players on the Dallas Mavericks injured, including P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, Maxi Kleber. I mean, when you got Dwight Powell racking up a ton of minutes, you know you're in a world of hurt. No offense to Dwight Powell. Love having Dwight Powell on the team. Longtime Dallas Maverick. But he's not gonna help you contend for a championship. At least not as a player getting starter minutes or role player minutes off the bench, so to speak. So let's go ahead. I just want to take a look and talk about a few things because I know everyone's overreacting. Oh, the Mavs are trash. The Mavs are in trouble. Blah 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 blah. Look, P.J. Washington being out, huge loss on defense. Lively being out, obviously a huge loss on defense, and also a huge loss on offense, putting a lot of pressure on Daniel Gafford, who had 5 fouls last night against the Denver Nuggets and was still playing late in the game, because who else are you going to put in there? You going to put Dwight Powell in? I mean, come on. Who are you going to put on Jokic? Obviously, as long as Gafford is not fouled out yet, you put Gafford out there, even with 2 minutes left in the game and 5 fouls. So, yeah, look, I'm not going to sit here and start overreacting, but there are a few things I am concerned about and a few things that I am excited about that I want, some good takeaways from the last couple games despite them being losses. So obviously, disappointing loss in Denver last night. I had picked the Nuggets to win, and, they ended up winning, but Kyrie Irving, absolutely insane game versus Denver, 43 points, 6 of 8 from 3, 17 of 22 from the field, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal, a block. I mean, he was just out there balling last night. It was absolutely insane to watch. He's giving jab steps and pull-up-in-your-face mentality type plays. Oh, man, it was just so much fun. Meanwhile, the other 2 Maverick players that, if you want to call them a big 3, I wouldn't call them a big 3. But as far as the biggest 3 names on the roster, Klay Thompson, he hasn't had a good game recently. Pretty bad game last night. 4 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. Pretty bad game the other night as well. These aren't, they're not the best looks, but they're still good looks for Klay Thompson, right? So right now, he is averaging the lowest 3-point percentage of his career within this small 10-game sample, 35.4% from 3. Obviously, that is right towards the bottom edge of the league average, which typically sits around, I think, like 35 to 37%. And historically, he's most seasons he's shooting 40% from 3. Obviously last year not quite hitting that mark, but still at 38.7 above the league average. So far he's off to a rough start. Now I've heard folks say that Klay is notoriously, at least the past couple seasons, gotten off to a slow start to start the season. We'll just have to see how that plays out. But right now it's not looking so hot. On the flip side, again, just let's look at the positives here. Instead of Klay Thompson, we could have Tim Hardaway Jr. chucking up shots, and you get pretty much the same result, maybe worse, probably not better. So, it's like we're still a better situation in my opinion. And then Luka Doncic. Luka, where do I even begin with Luka? Obviously, his numbers look good. His numbers always look good for the most part. Are they MVP good? No, not yet. But they're good. They're good numbers despite except for the 3-point percentages. Kind of iffy at times. Let's go ahead and look at that. So he is averaging 33% from 3 so far this season. Small sample size again, but so far to start the season, not great. Definitely towards the low end of where you'd want him to be. While shooting 10 threes per game, that's probably the worst part of it. So hopefully he gets back into the swing of things. Now, the other thing to point out with him, which is something you're not going to see in the stats here, man, someone posted, I saw some highlights of him from like 2 years ago, from the 2022 Western Conference playoffs. Man, has he gotten really slow. And I remember people then 2 years ago were saying, he's gaining too much weight. He's moving too slow. He's not as quick. But it's like an all-time just, it's the worst it's ever been. It's absolutely the worst it's ever been. It's got me very concerned. More health reason than anything else. I'm not concerned about him putting up good numbers later in the season. As far as scoring and facilitating and his 3-point percentage, I don't think that's gonna hurting for too long. But the mobility on the court is I don't know. He made the comment. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. He made the comment during the first round against the Clippers last season, saying that if this wasn't the playoffs, I would not be playing right now if it was regular season. Here we are in the regular season next year, and he's playing. And we did see in the game against the Houston Rockets a few games ago, his knee was bleeding again. Now he's playing through a groin injury. I mean, what's it going to take? I get Luka is one tough SOB. I get he wants to play. I don't blame him. I understand the feeling. But that's how you end up with conditions like, I don't know, like you get long-term knee problems, Achilles tendonitis, just all kinds of recurring issues. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's got me a little bit concerned, and he's only 25 years old. Like, he's moving around like he's 35 years old out there. So we'll see. As far as success for the season, that's not concerning for me for this season, but just long term, I don't know. It's not a good look. Klay Thompson, hopefully he'll get back into his mojo and start hitting shots. And Kyrie, thank goodness we got the veteran Kyrie on the team. He is the light in the darkness right now with the scoring output that he had this last game. And I just feel he's really like a positive figure on this roster. He seems to be a guy that a lot of players on the roster look up to. And, look at his stats. I think, look at that. 55% from 3. He's trying to make up for Klay and Luka's poor 3-point shooting, because I was about to say, I know he's shooting like a career high right now. 55% from 3 for the 10 games so far. You'd think the law of averages will catch up to him eventually, but so far it's looking great. And even last year, 41% from 3 is pretty good. So even if he puts up a few bad games here or there, I'm not too worried. I'm feeling pretty excited about Kyrie. 25 points per game, same as last year. So exciting stuff with the Mavs. I know a lot of people are going to be gloom and doom. And look, they're going to play the Warriors tomorrow, NBA Cup. It's going to be on TNT. It's going to be national TV. I said the same thing before the Timberwolves game, and I was wrong about the prediction, but I'm going to say it again now. I think the Mavs are going to get blown out, or they're going to get beat pretty badly. Everyone's going to talk trash about them because the big three of the Mavs is supposed to carry them. But in reality, basketball is a team sport. You can have even LeBron James on your team, and the rest of your team is trash, and we've seen that didn't help the Lakers out much. Look, this Mavs team without PJ, without Derek Lively, yes, Najee Marshall is a great addition to the team. He made huge contributions. Yes, Gafford is good, but with Dwight Powell backing him up, we're missing Mavs are missing a ton of defense and interior defense, rebounding. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm not worried about the Mavs in the long term for the season. But for the next week or two, things are going to get a bit dicey. You're going to see the Mavs get a losing record. They're going to fall even further. They're 11th right now. I could even see them falling below the Pelicans at this point. I know that sounds like a controversial thing to say, but I could see the Mavs falling to 13th and still finishing the season in the top 4 in the West. I know, crazy thing to say, right? But that's where we're at right now. I think some of these teams in the West have gotten off to a really hot start, maybe too hot of a start. The Thunder are going to be without Chet Holmgren for the next several weeks. That's probably going to hurt them a bit. The Suns are going to be without Durant for the next few weeks. That's probably going to hurt them a bit. The Nuggets without Aaron Gordon the next few weeks. Memphis Grizzlies without John Morant the next few weeks. I think you are going to see some of the teams around this area in the 7 to 12 range start to catch up to the top 4, top 5, top 6. And things will work themselves out. I think the Timberwolves will also start to work their way back up the standings as well. But time will tell. Time will tell. That's just how the regular season goes. Injuries happen. Things don't turn out very well. So Mavs have been playing with injuries. And then, 3 of these top 4 teams are about to play with injuries to some key players. And it's going to affect their win-loss. And I don't know that, sports media is very reactionary. So I don't think we really... You don't always get the full picture if you're watching, First Take, ESPN, not to hate on those guys, but so reactionary, instantaneous, just impulsive reactions to every single game. Mavs will lose tomorrow, and all of a sudden the Mavs are in danger of missing the playoffs, and oh no. But look, they do need to start winning games, but it's all circumstantial, not too concerned. And look, the Cavs right now are 11-0. They could easily finish 6th in the East end of the season. Like we saw with the Chicago Bulls a few years ago. Like I've mentioned them before, they were first in the East for like the whole first half of the season. They fell pretty far. So anything can happen. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. I'm still looking forward to Mavs basketball. I still think they're going to be towards the top of the West by the end of the season. But I think in the short term, things are going to get a little shaky and people are going to start underestimating them a lot. Let me know what you think about in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm out of my mind and I'm just a very biased Mavs fan? Let me know and click one of the videos on your screen right now. Oh, wait, no, hold up. Before I finish this video, how could I forget? We got to predict tomorrow's games, or tonight's games. It's pretty late. It's already 6 p.m. Central Time as I'm recording this. Let's do this really quick, though. Cavs Bulls. We'll pick the Cavs to go 12-0. Why not? Wizards Rockets. We're going to take the Rockets at home against the Wizards. Nets Pelicans. Man, I kind of like the Nets. Pelicans dealing with a lot of injuries right now. We'll give this one to the Nets. Clippers Thunder. I think even with the injury to Chet right now, the Thunder can still pull that one out because they have quality. Is Isaiah? Is he injured? I don't remember. The Thunder can still handle the Clippers. I'm not too worried about them. Kings Spurs. That one might actually be a pretty close game. We'll go ahead and give it to the Kings on the road. And then let's go ahead and look at the betting favorite for tonight. Let's go ahead to the schedule, turn on the betting odds. Again, I'm not promoting or encouraging anyone to use FanDuel Sportsbook. I'm not partnered affiliated with them. If you're going to do it or use them, please use them responsibly. I'm just sharing my opinion. I think it's fun to compare. So, Cleveland's favored, no surprise. Houston favors, no surprise. The Nets are favored. Interesting. The Thunder are favored, and I guess we picked all the betting favorites today. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Click the video on your screen now for some more NBA discussion, and I'll see you all there.